Hello and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where this afternoon I'm back here at Alton Towers to share yet another Scarefest construction update and have a look at them final preparations taking place here at the resort as the event starts in less than 48 hours, of course on Friday the 9th of October 2020. Really looking forward to it. A lot more has happened over the past few days. Of course, Oktoberfest came to an end. Me and Charlotte was here over the weekend and we filmed the second vlog from Oktoberfest, so check it out if you've not already seen it. They did a fantastic job with the event and I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what they do with Scarefest. And oh, here we go, got a bit of smoke coming out of the hearse here on Tower Street, and that's where we're going to start today's update by having a look at some of the theming and new items here on Tower Street for Scarefest 2020. Starting off then with talking about the bunting here on Towers Street. As you can see, the traditional Scarefest bunting is now in place, hanging between the buildings and the lampposts with all the spooky colours on there. That replaces the Oktoberfest bunting that was blue and white, that of course has now been removed. There's no theming yet on the grass here in the middle. They normally have gravestones, lots of pumpkins and hay bales, and I imagine they will be doing this year as well. It's just not in place yet. You got to think they've still got 2 evenings until the start of the event to put all of this into place after park hours, so I imagine that'll be happening as usual, unless they got something different up the sleeves. But I imagine we'll be seeing all of the usual theming here on Tower Street. But what we have got is these absolutely awesome pumpkin lights. I love these. So of course you've got the lights that are underneath and these pumpkins that fasten round them. I think they look really nice. What a nice little feature what they've added for Scarefest. But other than those and the bunting, not much else to report up here on Tower Street. But if we head down to the bottom, quite a few changes in fact from Oktoberfest. So let's go and have a look. Right then, so I'm down here on the front lawns now, and as we can see, lots of the setup from Oktoberfest actually still remains, and it seems like they're going to be implementing this for Scarefest, which I think is a fantastic move, especially with all the additional seating. The biggest change down here though is the fact that the big stage that was down the bottom for Oktoberfest has been removed. That was just past where that blue tent is now. And if I zoom over here to the left hand side, as we can see, a new stage has appeared with lots of different theming, speakers and lighting on there, which looks fantastic. You can see down the back there quite a lot of scenery. That isn't new stuff, what we can see there. They've actually used that for Scarefest for quite a few years. Them rocks, for example, were actually part of the Scary Tales scare zone when they had that a few years ago for Halloween. But yeah, the setup looks great down there. Love the fact that they've kept all the bunting sort of hanging from the middle there as well to give it that festival sort of vibe. This would be great over Scarefest. Really nice area to sit down, chill out and enjoy the family entertainment offerings that will be taking place on that stage. They have a variety of shows over Scarefest and I imagine they're all going to be taking place on there. We've never actually seen a stage down in the middle of the lawns for Scarefest like this before. It's always kind of been up here at the top, so that'll be really nice because it means you've got a nice big space there for guests to spread out, all socially distanced of course, and enjoy the food options. So it looks like they're actually going to be keeping the food options that were part of Oktoberfest. As you can see, you've got the Monster Grill just here. That was a bratwurst stand for Oktoberfest before, and all of the other buildings actually still remain in place down there. There we go, you get some scary sausages. That's just been brought out. Perfect timing there for the scary sausages. But there you go, yeah, you've got like the beer keller down there. That's still got the Oktoberfest branding on, but looks like they're actually changing everything over for Scarefest. So yeah, this will have a really nice festival style vibe, something that we absolutely loved during Oktoberfest. So I'm really liking the look of the setup for this. I wonder if they've got another inflatable that they're going to bring out for here, because the inflatable was great for Oktoberfest. I really liked that. But yeah, if we carry on a little bit further, we can see some more of the updates. Of course, all these lighting towers were already in place anyway for Oktoberfest, with all the lighting on there. These are normally used for fireworks as well, but as I'm sure you're aware by now, fireworks aren't going ahead this year due to COVID-19. Another look at the stage just there. Again, we'll give you a bit of a zoom in just so we can see. Oh yes, that's looking really nice with all the theming there. Looks like they've got a bit of a backstage area there, maybe behind all the blackboards at the back. And they'll come out of the castle there and onto the front. You've got a shed that's got some theming on there. Lots of LED lighting around, which looks great. I mean, you've got a moving head there in the little bubble dome. Yeah, that's looking really good. We'll go around the other side and see what we can see from around there in just a moment. And of course, have another look at the scare mazes. But yeah, you got all the lighting down there, and I'll pan over to the right again here so you can see them food outlets. But yeah, that's really nice to see. They were very popular during the Oktoberfest, the Bavarian event, what they did. So it's nice that they're going to be keeping those for this. Just round here now by Battle Galleons, where you get a better view there at the stage from this angle. As you can see, the back of the shed area just there. So it looks like that'll be used during the shows. And then what the blue tent actually is on the left-hand side looks to be like a techie booth for that new stage that we can see over there. But yeah, it's all looking really good. Can't wait for them festival-style vibes to continue on the front lawns for Scarefest. Right, let's go for a little walk around the garden, shall we? And see if there's any more updates for Garden Lights Walk, Whispering Souls. Now, as I mentioned during my Scarefest update just over a week ago, Garden Lights Walk Whispering Souls is new for this year. It's going to involve walking around the gardens with lots of spooky lighting, sound effects, and meeting some characters along the way. And they're actually going to utilise the lighting and tech setup for Christmas as well, for a Christmas walkthrough in the garden. So really nice how they've really thought of that and thought, right, let's put it in for Scarefest, and then it means we can keep the setup for Christmas and utilise it for that. So yeah, really liking the sound of this. I'll spin you around and let's have a look at some more new lighting, what's gone in. So just off the main pathway there, as we can see, all of this new LED lighting has gone into place here in the trees, which is looking good. I mean, it's great for Scarefest, but for Christmas it'll be even better, really. I mean, it's going to add even more to the event round here with all the lighting up at the top and just add to that spooky feel. And yeah, we'll head down deep into the gardens and go and see if there's anything else going on. I mean, as we can see, those lights are all switched on there, so I wonder if any of the others are going to be. But yeah, we can see they're all around the top. I imagine they've put them there just so people know that this is actually going to be happening down here, because you need some stuff at the top so people realise, oh, this is where the Garden Lights Walk is. So yeah, these ones aren't turned on down here, so must be all like on separate adapters and stuff. But yeah, we're going to have a little look around and see if there's anything else to see. So as we can see, these new lanterns are being tested at the moment. We saw these in place last week, but none of it seems to be properly wired up yet. But yeah, they're testing now. As we can see, the lights are all on up in the bushes there as well. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to see around here. I think it's going to make a really nice addition to Scarefest and then into Christmas as well. As we come down here towards the conservatories, looks like some of the LED power cans that are inside there are also testing as well. If I give you a bit of a zoom in from here, just through the window, you see it just through there. Looks like it's changing between blue and red at the moment. So yeah, I wonder if they've programmed them yet, if that's the program what they're going to be using, you know, or if they're going to be static. We don't really know at this stage, but yeah, just flashing between blue and red at the moment, which of course are spooky colours, so you never know, we might be seeing these pulsing during the event when you can walk down here and changing colours, which would be quite nice, wouldn't it? So as we can see, all of these power cans are actually testing down here at the conservatories and all changing between blue and red at the moment. And yeah, they've got loads down here. Like I say, the setup for this is huge, so much bigger than what I was expecting. I thought it might take up a little part of the gardens, not a good maybe 2/3 of it. So yeah, it's really good to see. Let's carry on down this way through the yew arches and we'll go down towards the bandstand. Hey, let there be lights. Look at these all lit up. This is going to look amazing at night, especially to take loads of photos of. I mean, this is a great photo opportunity anyway, standing in the middle of the yew arches here. With them all lit up at night, it'll be amazing. I wonder if they're going to be flashing like this, or if that's just because they're testing them. I'm really not too sure. Maybe they might be programmed so they all sort of chase down in a line. Wouldn't that be good if they sort of went doom, doom, doom all the way down? But yeah, like, looks really good. Very impressed with what we can see with those. Only some of them testing though, these ones aren't. Of course, looks like there's still a lot of work going on in terms of programming and getting these all wired up, but they've still got a couple of nights to get it all sorted out before Scarefest 2020 begins. So as predicted in last week's updates, all of the rope is in place here now to keep it on a set route, just so you don't go walking up that way. So I'm thinking there might be some actors possibly around there. We can see the lights actually testing here as well if I zoom in. Looks like a disco, doesn't it, up there, changing loads of different colours. Don't think that's programmed yet. I can't see them doing loads of different colours. Like I say, anything's possible with this, or maybe they might change every so often. But here we go. Oh, these are testing, which is nice. So I was talking about these last time. We've got the, as I call them, like raindrop style lights, just there in the bandstand. Look at those. Fantastic, they look really good. Loads of them in there as well, which will really add some light to the area. Well, they look fantastic. So it seems it's not just going to be lighting and audio we can expect down here in the gardens. Here we've got some props going into place as well. So look at this, we've got the boat here with a hooded figure just in the middle there, and it's like he's capsizing into the water just off the side here, which is really interesting. You can see they've actually cut back quite a few of the trees there as well. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting just to see exactly what this is like. But yeah, it looks like a really good piece of theming there, as you can see just over at the side. I wonder if he's going to be staying there or if they're going to move him somewhere else. Not too sure, but yeah, loads to look forward to. I think that'll look great. You imagine if there's a bit of smoke down here as well, adding to the atmosphere. I think this could be onto a winner for Scarefest. I think it's going to be great. So just had a look then down at the pagoda fountain. No changes down there from the previous update. All the lighting's in place down there. There's no testing going on just, but I imagine that's going to look amazing when it comes to lighting up the pagoda at night. Something I did mention though in the previous update last week, and that has gone into place. I did actually mention this on my Instagram story just a few days ago. So if you're not already, give us a follow on Instagram at Theme Park Worldwide and see our stories there. But yeah, as you can see, they've actually put these parkans in place. Just out the front here of the Swiss cottage. They're actually testing there, just lit up white, which should look really nice for the building at night. You can see there's quite a few of them all the way around here. Don't really think you'll be able to walk down to this area at night. I think it's more so you can see it from a distance, because when you're walking all by the conservatories down towards the pagoda fountain, you can look up and see the Swiss cottage in the distance. So you never know, they might leave this open at night to walk up to, but I'm not really expecting that because there's not really any other lighting around here other than some permanent lights that are around the corner. So be interesting to see. I suppose they could just block it off here, but yeah, the good thing is this is going to be lit up at night. I did predict it actually in the last update, or at least I said I really hope they light up the Swiss cottage because it can be seen from so many other areas around the gardens. But yeah, it's certainly looking really good. Right, up next then, let's go and have a look at Darkest Depths. Over here now at Darkest Depths, and as we can see, the fencing that was covering up the construction site has now been removed, meaning that we get a great view there of the facade of the Smuggler's Inn, the entrance to this attraction. Of course, it's pirate themed. It was absolutely awesome last year, and it was located down in the Mutiny Bay courtyard. This year it's just here behind Dark Forest on the pathway between the Towers ruins and down towards 13 and Rita. But yeah, the details on the facade look really nice, and obviously you've got the sign out the front there. Looks like there's maybe some smoke testing inside, bit of smoke coming out, and it looks like the finale of the attraction is going to be at the top there, and then you're going to come down this exit ramp just here, it seems. So really looking forward to it. I imagine they've made it much bigger in terms of to maintain that social distancing, and yeah, just so there's more ventilation inside as well, but that's looking really good. As you can see, you got all these barrels down here as well. It look like there's going to be bits of theming around the queue line, and this will be the queue line that's going into place, it seems, just around here at the front. But yeah, it's looking really good. Honestly, I can't wait for Scarefest this year. It's going to be very different in terms of all the spooks, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. I was sent a press release by Alton Towers with some more details in, and they've actually released their own official video talking all about how they're going to be doing the spooks for this year and all these different scare mazes. So yeah, I'll talk more about that after we've seen some more updates. But yeah, Darkest Depths looking really good. Still not sure how I feel about it not being in Mutiny Bay. However, I'm really looking forward to getting back inside and seeing the changes. It's mostly built in shipping containers that you can see round at the side there, but it was so well themed last year, you had no idea that you were inside shipping containers. It was so well done, and I can't wait for it to return for Scarefest 2020 in less than 48 hours time. Just around the corner there now, and let's talk about the two different attractions that are going to be inside the Towers ruins for this year. Altonville Mine Tours, the Legend of the Skin Snatchers, and also the Attic Terror of the Towers. Now, Altonville Mine Tours, the entrance is round at the other side, but as we can see, the Attic, the entrance will be round here like it was last year. The signage is now in place, along with all the yellow string lighting there along the top, just to add some lighting around here at the Towers. But yeah, signage is now in place for the Attic, and look forward to experiencing it. It was a new attraction for last year, and I enjoyed it, but felt like it needed some tweaking, so it'll be really interesting to see it this year. Round at the front of the Towers ruins then now, and as you can see, the lighting is testing there, which will actually light up the front of the Towers. Looks like we're going to be having a blue and green colour scheme this year, from looking at the lighting testing taking place at the bottom, and I'm really hoping that they bring back the dancing skeletons in the window just up here. They've actually put the black cloth back in place there, so fingers crossed they're going to be coming back. It was like a rear projection on that cloth, and it looked absolutely fantastic, so I'm really hoping that comes back. They also did something similar with projections over in Mutiny Bay and towards the Tower Street Skyride station last year, like some singing ghosts, so there's no setup there for that yet, but fingers crossed that might be coming back for Scarefest this year. Really hope so. It was a great addition for last year. Down here then towards X sector now, and as we can see the signage is in place here, just covered up at the moment, ready for Altonville Mine Tours, the legend of the Skin Snatchers. And as you can see down here we've got all the lighting in place, all the queue lines set up there as well. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to what it has done for a few years now. They've actually added some extra queue line just around this side, as we'll see if I spin you around this way. Yeah, I imagine all because of the social distancing markers. Little out and back queue line there just in case they need it over round that side. But yeah, not really anything else to see. With the maze inside the towers, so much of it of course is hidden with it being all indoors. But what we can get a good look at is of course the other new attraction for this year, Freak Show Toxic Junkyard. Let's go and have a look. Loads to see then down here at Freak Show Toxic Junkyard. As you can see, this very snazzy sign has gone into place here. Love the logo and all the branding for this. Fantastic. And as you can see, the queue line is also in place. So looks like you're going to queue all the way around here on the lawns. But the entrance to the attraction isn't going to be on this side. Looks like they're going to carry on these barriers around there, and the entrance is going to be down this way. But let's go and have a look. So they've done some moving about down here at the Gamers Bunker. You've got the basketball game that's moved from this side over there onto the right because it's made way for this. Wow, like this looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. And I'm loving the little pun in this as well. Barbed Wire's Reclaim Yard. That looks absolutely fantastic. That's going to be one of my favourite ever pieces of Scarefest theming. That looks brilliant. Of course, you've got the barbed wire on the top just there. You've got the M that's slanted. So much detail on there. The rusty effect, that looks absolutely brilliant. A proper nice 3D, as I would say, sign. It's embossed. I really like that. Instead of it just being a flat 2D sign, that looks absolutely brilliant. And of course, that'll be the entrance, as we can see here, into Freak Show Toxic Junkyard. And we're going into this Reclaim Yard. Honestly, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. You've got all of the fencing down here as well. You can actually see the top of what looks to be a CCTV camera there that's part of the theming. All the barbed wire on the top. This is looking like it's going to be great. Like, I wasn't too sure at first when we just started seeing bits of theming about, but now we know there's going to be some new bits mixed with old bits. I think this is going to be a really nice addition for Scarefest 2020. Barbed wire, I love it. Another look there at that absolutely awesome entrance sign. And also just noticed the two park hands down there at the bottom as well. Look like they're testing and they're on red at the moment, which will fit with the signage that they've got there. Yeah, that's brilliant. What an awesome sign at the entrance of this scare attraction. As you can see, it's mostly going to be outside. You've got shipping containers, but we don't really know if you're going to go through them yet, or if they're sort of in place just to sort of block the area out. But yeah, if I stand over here, we can see a better view at that CCTV camera that's right down there at the entrance. So the sort of vibe that I'm getting with this is like you're breaking in, you're not supposed to be there. You know, you've got this big CCTV camera there at the entrance. You've come in through this entrance that's got all the barbed wire in place, and the attraction's all located around the back here. So that pretty much confirms that the exit is going to be just down here. We was unsure, we didn't know last week where exactly the entrance and exit were going to be, but you can't really see that much at all standing from over here. But if we come down this way, we can actually see it says finish just there on that sign. So if I zoom in, that confirms that of course this is going to be the exit down here by these gates. Yeah, finish in place on there. But I tell you what, Scarefest is looking really promising this year. The fact we didn't know if we were even going to have a theme park season this year, to be having a Halloween event that is safe and secure, I'm really looking forward to, and that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about now, just in terms of what Alton Towers are doing to make the mazes safe during this pandemic, and of course for Scarefest this year. Now, of course, safety is always paramount in theme parks and scare attractions, but this year, because of COVID-19, Alton Towers have brought in lots of different additional measures to keep people safe inside the scare attractions. For example, there's going to be no touching, everybody going in needs to wear a mask, all the actors will be wearing a mask, and of course what they've also done as well is redesigned attractions, so there's more ventilation, more space inside the attractions, like Darkest Depths, for example. They've made it bigger inside some of the scenes to allow for more space and breathing room, which is really good to see. But Alton Towers have gone into a lot more detail in a video that they released just yesterday, so make sure you check it out. It's on the official Alton Towers YouTube channel and on their social media pages. It's well worth a watch, and it just proves that how safe Scarefest is going to be, delivering those frights, but in a bit of a different way. It's going to be a different Scarefest, and you may remember I actually filmed a video about 3 months ago, back in the summer, saying, you know, is Scarefest actually going to happen this year? I was unsure if it was, but remember we heard that audio testing up in the towers, and I thought, wow, it must be happening. They're still planning on going ahead, and it's nice to be sitting here on Towers Street less than 48 hours before the start of the annual Halloween event here at Alton Towers, and I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait now to see what they're doing with the gardens. I think that's going to be fantastic. The Garden Lights Walk, Whispering Souls, and that signage looks absolutely incredible at Freak Show Toxic Junkyard. So really excited, can't wait for it to begin. Me and Charlotte are going to be here on the first day, and then quite a few other evenings throughout the event as well, bringing you lots of vlogs and lots of updates here from Alton Towers Scarefest 2020. But that leaves me with one more thing to say. Stay spooky, get out there and support the events. Here's the announcement, and keep on riding. See you all soon.